curious, conversational, ask someone about Kanchipuram today, and they will likely point you to one of two things. First, the silk. The city is globally famous for its traditional hand-woven textiles. Second, the temples. Modern Kanchipuram is widely revered as an exclusively Hindu holy city, packed with massive, ancient stone shrines that draw thousands on pilgrimage. But this uniform religious identity obscures a buried history. Rewind over a millennium, and the landscape looks entirely different. To understand the true historical weight of Kanchipuram, we have to stop looking at it as a modern pilgrimage site. For centuries, this was one of the ancient world's greatest, most cosmopolitan university towns. In the year 640 CE, the famous Chinese scholar and traveler Xuanzang walked thousands of miles to reach southern India. He didn't make that punishing, years-long trek simply to visit a shrine. He came because Kanchipuram was an internationally renowned center of high learning. This map shows the layout of the ancient city as Xuanzang would have found it. Notice the distinct districts. Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain institutions didn't just exist within the same city limits. They operated right on top of each other, sharing the same physical space. This city served as the destination for the elite students of the era. Whether they were traveling from the Kadamba dynasty to study the Vedas, or like the scholar Dharmapala, rising through these ranks to lead Nalanda University, Kanchipuram acted as the singular hub for the region's top intellectual talent. Xuanzang's travel records give us the exact numbers. He documented a staggering Mahayana Buddhist presence in the city, counting exactly 100 active monasteries housing 10,000 monks. The modern city has largely built over this history, but artifacts like this weathered stone Buddha head prove that this massive Buddhist infrastructure was once a physical reality. A local Pallava prince actually studied under the Buddhist masters here before leaving for China. His name was Bodhidharma. He was in elite company. The renowned master of logic, Dignaga, and Vajrabodhi, the monk who helped export Vajrayana Buddhism, were also incubated in Kanchipuram's academies. The masters in these monasteries were actively re-engineering philosophical systems. They refined the rules of logic and meditation techniques here, treating the city as a specialized laboratory for ideas intended for export across Asia. Moving just a few miles outside the main city center, we find the suburb of Tirupati-Tikundram. Historically, this area was known as Jina Kanchi. Here, a massive Jain educational ecosystem operated in parallel to the Buddhist and Hindu schools, all anchored around the Trilokiyanatha temple. We know this ecosystem survived and operated concurrently with the others because the evidence is carved in stone. These ancient Tamil inscriptions read like ledger books. They record continuous tax exemptions, land gifts, and financial endowments from Pallava kings to Jain monks. This setup was part of a decentralized educational network known as the Ghatika system. The ruling monarchs deliberately funded multiple competing religions at the exact same time. By intentionally patronizing rival schools of thought, the state forced brilliant minds to interact. That dense cross-pollination of ideas made Kanchipuram intellectually unparalleled in the ancient world. Eventually, the local dynamics shifted. A massive Hindu revivalist movement gained traction, and royal patronage slowly dried up for the Buddhist and Jain institutions. Deprived of funding, the ancient Buddhist structures were absorbed, dismantled, or scattered, leaving Kanchipuram's cosmopolitan past buried underneath the Hindu identity we see today. But while the physical buildings died out, the ideas born in Kanchipuram had already escaped. When Bodhidharma traveled to China, his teachings laid the groundwork for Zen Buddhism, as well as the martial arts traditions of the Shaolin Temple. Those exact same philosophical frameworks eventually crossed the sea into Japan, directly shaping the theology of major institutions like the Todaichi Temple. Tracing these lines across the map shows how logic, meditation techniques, and architectural styles developed in Kanchipuram took root in the courts and monasteries of distant nations. The history of Kanchipuram suggests that human progress accelerates when diverse philosophies are forced into the same streets. When different schools are made to coexist and debate, they don't just survive, they evolve.